G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and today we're going to build a fully furnished interior for my Hiroshima Castle. So I currently have a tutorial series on how to build the castle and how to build the entire base around it, but many people just wanted to build this as a decorative build. The problem is I have designed this castle as a base. So it's got a storage room, an iron farm and a creeper farm above. But a lot of people don't want that. They would like just a pretty interior for their castle. So that is what we're going to do today. We're going to take the empty shell of the castle, and I'll link the tutorial in the video description so you can learn how to build this empty shell if you haven't built it already. So we're going to take this empty shell and utterly transform it on every single level. We are going to fill this entire thing up with lovely rooms. And this is going to be a pretty huge build, so it will take us multiple tutorials to get the entire thing done. So we're going to begin by building all of the floors and all of the rooms, and then finish by furnishing the entire thing. So you can find a full materials list in the video description, and that will contain everything that you need to build this entire interior. So if you want to, you can skip straight ahead to the tutorial, but I do recommend that you join me on a tour of the castle because every room here serves a purpose. I've put lots and lots of thought into this. So let's begin the tour. I do have the iron door here to the foundation of the castle, although there is nothing in there now, so you may want to block that off. The entrance to the castle begins on the top of the foundation, so most Japanese castles are designed like labyrinths to confuse invaders. I've broken with tradition here. I don't want you getting lost in the castle, so we're going to have lots of nice open areas. So this entire level of the castle is dedicated to the running of the castle. So down this hallway we have 3 rooms for the permanent staff of the castle, so they are always here on hand. So we have bedrolls on the floor with a warmer blanket neatly rolled up over the bedroll. So we have 3 of these, so there's room for lots and lots of staff. Then this room in the back corner is for soldiers, so they can shoot arrows down at anyone trying to attack the castle from behind. And on the other side of the main room here, we have the kitchen. This is where all the meals for the castle are prepared. And we also have a dining area for the servants to keep them out of sight. And we also have a small bathroom for the servants because we can't have them stinking up the castle, can we? We have to keep them nice and clean. And this is where low-ranking visitors can have some meals as well. And there's a few sitting areas. But this room over here is very interesting. This is for soldiers. This is a weapons storeroom. So in times of war, the soldiers who are defending the front door can live in here. So we've got some rolled up bedrolls in the cupboard there so they can lay their beds out on the floor. And we've got areas for sharpening weapons and stuff like that. And in times of peace, the servants of visiting dignitaries can also sleep in here. And if we go up the stairs, this level of the castle is dedicated to formality, so it's very fancy in here. So the first room is a waiting room, and you can see we've got lovely decorated ceilings. So anyone who is here to visit the lord of the castle will wait in here until they are called upon, and when they are, they'll be brought out here to meet the lord in this magnificent room. So the lord will sit up the top there, and he's got his servants on each side, and people visiting can kneel on the mats here and tell them how good he is. So this room is all about formality, but maybe the lord wants to meet someone a little bit more informally. He can do it in this room. It is still very pretty indeed. We've got decorations all around, but they can have a nice conversation on this table, and we've got a little shrine up the end. Now the Lord is going to get tired from all these meetings, so just through here we have a room for him just to chill out. He can have something to eat, drink some tea, and if he gets a bit tired, there is a bedroom in here as well where he can take a little nap. And the next level of the castle is the Lord's living quarters. So this entire level is where the Lord of the castle lives. So we can come up here. We've got a lovely room where he can entertain distinguished guests who might be staying at the castle. So they've got a sitting area here and a lovely dining area. But the Lord's quarters are down this long hallway behind a reinforced door, so it's very hard to get through here. On the left, we have a child's bedroom, so this is very lovely and cute. And we also have a bathroom in here. And then finally, the Lord's bedroom. But this bedroom contains a secret. So let's imagine that the castle is getting invaded and soldiers come running up the stairs here and they try to break in to the sleeping quarters of the Lord. Well, right here we have a guard room, so there'll be guards permanently posted in here. And then there's also a ladder coming down from the top level, so guards can come down here, burst out of this reinforced door, and they can attack any soldiers from behind who are trying to break through there, or they can attack them from behind if they're trying to get up the stairs. Imagine that. You run up the stairs, there are soldiers there, and suddenly there are soldiers behind you. You're in big trouble. But let's say they actually do manage to break through. Well, the Lord and his family can quickly duck through the secret passage in the wardrobe here into the guard room, and they can run up the ladder to the next level and escape. So let's have a look at the next level. So if we turn to the left, this little area behind the sliding doors is for visiting dignitaries. This is where they can stay in the castle. So they have a small dining area and they also have a couple of bedrooms. So we've got the main bedroom here, which is particularly lovely. And it also contains a small bathroom on the side, and we also have a second bedroom. Maybe they have children coming to visit as well. And the rest of this level is dedicated to security. So if the baddies do manage to come up here, the first thing they're going to get is a whole lot of arrows shot through these holes in the wall. So inside of this reinforced door is the main guard room and weapons storehouse. So that will be full of soldiers and they're going to shoot anyone trying to break through this door. So we can come around here and they have access to the little shooting holes. But we've got lots of weapons, places for sharpening your weapons and storage and armor, somewhere for the soldiers to have a meal. And we've also got bedding here in the cupboard, so they can also sleep here. So this will be teeming with activity if there is an invader outside. And over here you can see the ladder down to the guard room below. So if they do have to evacuate the Lord up here, he will be in the most securely defended room in the castle. No one's getting through that door, and I wouldn't try my luck trying to get up that ladder. But if all else fails, we also have the only window on this level, so they can escape out there if they absolutely have to. And then we come up to nearly the final level of the castle, and usually the highest room is dedicated to a shrine, just somewhere to pray for the castle. It's good luck to have the shrine all the way up the top, so we have a little Buddha up there, so you can do your praying. And then over here we just have a storeroom for odds and ends, a few weapons, that sort of thing. And then finally we can come up the staircase, and this takes us to the lookout. So all the way up here, finally we are at the very top level where we can come outside and look for baddies approaching from far, far away. So I think that's enough talking. Let's get started on the tutorial. Okay, let's get started. We're going to come in the front door and turn to the left, and you can see these spruce planks. There are 15 of them in total. We're just going to remove all of those. In the corner, we're going to do a stripped dark oak pillar, just like that. Then you can break those 2 stone blocks, and we're going to place 2 stripped spruce logs. Then I want you to come down here. We're going to pick up those 3 stone and that white concrete, and we're going to place in 4 spruce planks. Now in the corner here, we're going to break those 3 chiseled bookshelves and those 3. Then you can pick up those stone blocks, and where they were, we're going to place 3 stripped oak logs, and each side of that we're going to do 3 oak fences. Then you can pick up this chest, and we're going to place a double chest right there. Then with your white concrete, we're going to pick up these 3 stone blocks above the window and place your white concrete in just like that. So what we're doing is we're turning these windows that are made just of chiseled bookshelves into actual windows that you can see out of, but we've still got that chiseled bookshelf look. So now what we're going to do is we've done that area. We're going to turn to the right and come down to this doorway. What I want you to do is break those 3 chisel bookshelves and those 3 planks, and we're going to place 3 stripped oak logs right there. Then next to that, we're going to do 3 oak fences, and you can pick up that stone block and place in a dark oak plank. Then turn to the right, and all we're going to do is break those bookshelves and place in 3 of our oak fences. So at the entrance, we have this iron door leading into the foundation. We're not going to be building in there, so you can leave the iron door if you want, but otherwise you can remove the button and the door and then just fill that area up with stone. We're going to be building at the top of the staircase, so I want you to come up here, look in this direction, and we're going to break some of these fences. So we'll break 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then on these planks here, we're just going to place dark oak planks. So 1 line of them, then a second, and then a third. In the corner, we'll do a fletching table with a lantern on top, and we're going to make a shooting area so we can attack enemies from behind as they try and come up our stairs. So with spruce shelves, we're going to place 3 on those dark oak planks and 4 on those planks. Then look in this direction, grab dark oak shelves. We're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to change our windows. So starting on this window here, break the 2 bookshelves in the middle, place your oak fences, remove those trapdoors and replace them with dark oak stairs. Then you can turn around, and over here we're going to do the exact same thing. So put in your fences and replace the trapdoors with stairs. Then look over to the main window. We're going to remove all the trapdoors. So those 3 and the 5 on top. You can pick up those sea lanterns, and we're going to place stripped oak logs instead. Then you break those 3 and those 3, and we're going to put in our oak fences again. Then grab dark oak planks. Pick up that stair, place a plank with 1, 2, 3 stripped dark oak logs, and we'll do the same thing on that side, and we're going to finish with dark oak stairs right across the top. And that's all the detail I'm going to add to this area because we're going to focus on the inside of the castle, but by all means, if you want to decorate this a bit more, go ahead. So come to the doorway, and this will be a bit tricky in survival, but what I want you to do is place 3 stone slabs underneath the spruce in the doorway. Then you can pick up that spruce and place in 3 stripped dark oak logs. Then in front of these slabs, we're going to place another 3 with an extra one each side. And then in front of that, we're going to do a line of slabs. And we're going to do this all the way around the building, just leaving a 1 block gap between the slabs and the sea lanterns. So we will turn the corner just like that. So we're leaving that 1 block gap. And go ahead and do a full lap of the building. And when you're finished, you should end up back at the doorway right here. Then all we're going to do is fill in this entire area with our stone slabs. And none of these will be visible, so you can use any block that you like. You could use netherrack instead if you wanted to. But we need these slabs in here because we're going to be breaking and replacing lots of blocks in the floor. And this will just mean when we break something, it won't fall away out of reach. Okay, once you've done that, come back to the front door and place 5 stripped oak logs just like that. Then in front of our sea lanterns, we're going to do a line of dirt. And once again, this is a junk block, so you could use netherrack if you wanted to. And we're just going to run a single line of this all the way around. Okay, come along to your door and look to the window just to the right-hand side of the door. Next to the window, we're going to place 5 dirt blocks right there and another 5 on the other side. And then just below those dirt pillars, we're going to come out with dirt blocks just like this. And we're going to run these all the way to the end. And when you reach the other side, we're going to do another 5 dirt blocks like that. And once again, each side of the window will do our dirt blocks. And you can run all the way back with your dirt until we connect right there. Then in the middle, we're going to use stripped mangrove logs. And we're just going to do 3 lines of these. So run these all the way down. And that's how it should look when you're finished. So now you can come back to our front door. And just in front of this stripped oak log, we're going to leave 2 blocks gap. But then on the 3rd block, we're going to place a polished basalt facing straight up. And from this oak log, we'll do the same thing. So just leaving a 2 block gap. And then we'll connect those with 3 polished basalt. And now we're going to place 18 polished basalt. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. And it's a little bit dark here. So make sure when you're doing this that you place in some torches so you don't get any mobs spawning. So once you've placed 2 lines of 18, we're going to place 2 polished basalt facing straight up and then connect those with 3. Now from the middle here, we're going to leave a 1 block gap and then place a sea lantern. And now we're just going to leave 2 blocks of gap. So skip 2 blocks, then on the 3rd block, place a sea lantern. And we're going to do that all the way down until we finish right there. And then we're just going to surround these with dirt. Now I'm using sea lanterns. You don't have to. You can use any light emitting block that you like. I just use sea lanterns because if you have a guardian farm, you're going to have tons and tons of them. So once you've done that, grab some red carpet and we're just going to cover up all of our dirt and our sea lanterns. Okay, once you've finished that, come up to your front door and then I want you to turn to the left and come along to this corner. Right here we're going to place a spruce plank, then 3 stripped spruce logs, a plank, another 3 logs, and then a plank. Now looking in this direction with your stripped spruce, we're going to place 2, 4, 6 all in the line coming from the plank. From this plank we're going to place another 6 and we'll do the same thing from this plank. Then grab some dirt, we'll place 7 dirt in a line there with a sea lantern on the end and another dirt. Then looking in this direction, place a spruce trapdoor against the sea lantern. Then we're going to place a spruce plank on the end there and then a dirt block right there. Then look from the side and we're going to connect these with our stripped spruce. Okay, looking in this direction, I want you to come along to this dirt block. We'll place a stripped spruce log there, then a dirt block, then 1, 2, 3, 4 stripped spruce and a spruce trapdoor on the end. Now from this plank, we're just going to place 6 of our stripped spruce logs with the trapdoor. And then holding shift, we'll place a stripped spruce log against that trapdoor. And we're going to place 6 in total with a trapdoor on the end. And then we're just going to connect our trapdoors with our stripped spruce. Now grab some stripped birch logs and we're going to do a pattern in these bits of floor here. So looking from the side, we'll do 2 logs and another 2. And we'll do the same thing right there. And in this section, we're going to repeat the exact same thing. Then look in the opposite direction, we'll do 2 like that. And in this section, we'll do another 2. And then we're just going to fill in the gaps looking in this direction. So we're just alternating the way our logs are facing. So that's how it should look when you're done. In these two, we're going to do the exact same thing, but the mirror image. So we're going to place our 2 on each side there, then 2 like that. Look in this direction, we'll do our birch like that, and again, and then we can just fill in the rest looking in this direction. And here's the overhead view if you want to make sure you've done that correctly. So come to this end, in front of the trapdoor we'll place 2 sea lanterns, another 2 in front of that trapdoor, and 2 right there. So the light's going to shine up through the trapdoor and just light up that room. Then we're going to place another sea lantern there and another one right there, and then we're just going to do 4 dirt to connect them. Now grab some levers and we're going to place 2 right there, and you can turn both of those on, then flick that trapdoor back up, and then we'll just do a single dirt block there and 3 right there. Now swing around to this side, and just in front of this trapdoor we're going to place 8 dirt blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'll finish 1 block out from your carpet right here. Then we're going to do another line of 8, and then in front of this sea lantern we'll do another line of 8. And then starting just next to that dirt block we're going to place 2 dirt, then 1, 2, 3 sea lanterns like that. And then we're just going to place 3 dirt like so. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side of the room, so just to the other side of our mangrove logs. And in this section right here, we're going to grab stripped oak logs, and we're going to run 5 lines of them just like this, and run these all the way down until we connect on the other side. And that's how you should look when you're finished. Now staying with our stripped oak logs, look in the same direction I'm looking, and we're going to place 2 right there, then turn in this direction and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we'll do another 2 in that direction, and again we'll do 6 of our logs, then 2, 4, 6, 2 again, 2, 4, 6, and you should finish with 2 right there. Now what we're going to do is just extend these as far as we can go. So what you'll do is when you hit the rug, just skip over that and keep building these all the way until you connect on the dirt right there. Then this one over here will be a little bit different. You will skip over the rug, but when you get to the other side, that's as far as you can go. So just do that for each of these. And once you've done all 5 of those, we're just going to fill in the rest of the floor with logs facing in the opposite direction. So all of our logs are going to face like this. So just keep going until you've covered up every single stone slab. So when you're finished, you should have your floor entirely filled in. So now I want you to come along to this window right here that is 2 blocks wide. What we're going to do is remove the slabs underneath and the slabs above. Then underneath we're going to place 2 spruce planks. Then remove the bookshelves on the left-hand side and replace them with 2 oak fences. Now that's the only 2 wide window. Every other window is 3 blocks wide, and these are all exactly the same. So you can take away the slabs above, and the slabs below you can place 3 spruce planks underneath, remove the middle 2 bookshelves and place in your oak fences. So go ahead and do the exact same thing for every single window. And we're just doing this for the windows on the bottom level. We will do the windows higher up once we have a floor to stand on. So now I want you to come along to our front door, and in front of the first composter we're going to do a spruce plank. Then next to that we'll do 5 dirt blocks, and we'll do the same thing on this side of the door. So our plank and our 5 dirt. Now all of these composters have sea lanterns underneath, so light is shining into the building, and we want that light to be able to pass through our wall. So put your back to the wall, and we're going to place spruce trapdoors on all of the dirt blocks, and then flick them all up so the light will continue to pass through them. And we're going to do an entire lap of the building. So there's a gap in between the windows here. You can place in your trapdoor. Now, when you get to the corners, I want you to place 5 dirt blocks in the corners like that. But then you can just grab your spruce trapdoors and place them like so. So keep doing that all the way around the building, placing your 5 dirt blocks in the corners. So those should run all the way around the building, finishing at the front door. And now we're going to do the same thing with white concrete. So starting on the spruce planks here, we're going to place 4 white concrete, and we're going to place them all the way around, finishing just on top of those planks. So this is pretty easy. All we're doing is just filling in our white concrete all the way around. When you get to the windows, just build it all around the window, just like that. So you get the idea. It's pretty simple. We're just filling in a wall 4 blocks tall with white concrete all the way around. And that's how you should look when you're finished. So now come back to the front door and look at the pillar of dirt on the left-hand side of the door. Just in front of that dirt, we're going to pick up that log, place a dirt block there with another dirt block on top, and we're going to follow this line down until you get to the other cross beam. We'll pick up that, place in 2 dirt. We'll follow it down to the next cross beam, which would be right there. We're just going to place a dirt on top. Then the next cross beam, pick up that, do our 2 dirt, and then the next one is right next to the wall. Now, where this connects to the wall, I want you to remove all of the concrete and that trapdoor and just place 5 dirt blocks in there instead. Now we're going to do something similar from this line of dirt just next to our door. So we'll pick up that, do our 2 dirt, follow this down to the cross beam, 2 dirt. Now we're going to skip past that one, but on the next one we will place our 2 dirt, and then where we connect to the wall, do our 2 dirt again, remove the concrete and the trapdoor and place in your 5 dirt. Now grab stripped dark oak logs. On top of the dirt here we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and on top of this dirt we will do another 4. Now they're the only 2 that are different. For all of our other blocks here, what we're going to do is place 1, 2, 3 stripped dark oak logs with a dirt block on top. So go ahead and do that on top of all of these dirt blocks that we just placed. Okay, once you've got all of your pillars in, come to the front door and we're going to place in 2 upside down dark oak stairs and connect them with 3 dark oak slabs. Now turn to the left and we're going to build in between the 3rd and the 4th pillar. So we'll skip the first one and skip the second one, and then starting between the 3rd, we're just going to break those 3 blocks and place dirt in the floor because those won't be visible and we want to save on materials. Then we're going to place spruce planks along there, and then we're going to build up with 4 levels of white concrete, just connecting our 2 pillars. Then swing around to this side. On top of the dirt, we'll do 2 spruce planks, and this time we're going to do 4 levels of white concrete like that. Then swing around to this side. We can break the 2 blocks in the floor and place some dirt with our planks on top. Then we're just going to do 2 levels of white concrete with a stripped dark oak log on top and another 2 white concrete. Okay, now what we're going to do is where we built our pillars, we're going to cover up every side of the dirt with dark oak shelves. So for the 2 pillars at the back, they only have a dirt block on the bottom, so you'll place 3 dark oak shelves like that. For these ones where we were just building, only 2 sides of the dirt are visible, so you can place in your shelves each side of the dirt like that. But for all the other pillars, you're going to have to place 4 around the bottom and 4 around that dirt block on the top, except for these ones at the front, of course. You're only going to have to place 3. So just go ahead and cover up all of the dirt blocks on all of your pillars. Alrighty, once that's done, I want you to come back to your doorway, and we're just going to come along to the left-hand side where we have this line of dirt. Where the dirt meets the wall, I want you to break the trapdoor and the white concrete above, and we're just going to place 5 dirt blocks in there. Then in front of that, we're going to place 5 stripped dark oak logs. Then switch to spruce planks, we'll place 2, 4, and 6. And then on top of the sea lantern, we'll do another 5 stripped dark oak. And then all we're going to do is fill in the middle here with 4 layers of white concrete, just like that. Okay, look down to the dirt block just at the end of this wall, and we're going to follow this line in the floor. When we get to the next dirt block next to the trapdoor, we're going to build a pillar of stripped dark oak, 5 blocks tall. Then we'll skip 2 blocks and build another pillar right there. Now we'll put 2 dirt blocks in between. Then on this side, we're going to place another 4 on top. But on this side, we're going to do 4 white concrete. Now, next to the dark oak pillar, we're going to pick up that block, place in a dirt with spruce planks on top. And we'll do spruce planks right there. And we're going to build a doorway. So we'll do 4 white concrete on our planks each side. Then right across the top, we'll do another 4 with 4 just below that. Now grab birch trapdoors. We're going to place 2 right there and flick them down. Then looking from this direction, underneath our trapdoors, we'll do 2 birch doors. And staying on this side of the wall, I want you to come to the end of the wall and just follow this line down until you reach this cross beam in the floor. You can replace that block with a dirt block and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stripped dark oak logs. Then we'll break the block next to it, do a dirt with a spruce plank on top. Then follow the line down again. When you get to the end here, just break those 2. We'll do 2 dirt blocks. Where they connect to the wall, you can break all of those blocks and place 5 dirt in there. We'll do 5 stripped dark oak logs like that with a spruce plank on the bottom. Now look up to the top and we're going to connect our logs with white concrete. Then underneath that we'll do a line of stripped dark oak. Then on top of the planks we'll do 2 white concrete each side. Now still looking in this direction, we'll do our 2 birch doors. Then come to this side and we'll place in our 2 birch trapdoors. Okay, we're going to leave this wall for the moment and come along to where our stripped mangrove is. And it's a bit dark over here, so I'm just going to place some torches so you can see what I'm doing. So starting from where our front door is, you can look to the right, and where the crossbeam meets the dirt block, on top of that dirt block we're going to place 5 stripped dark oak. Come along to the next crossbeam and we'll do the same thing, and we're going to do that for each of these. So where the crossbeam is meeting the dirt, place your dark oak and build those up until they are 5 blocks tall. So once you've built all 5 of those, come to the pillar at the front of the building, and just on top of the dirt we're going to connect these with spruce planks. Now for the next section, we're going to place a spruce plank on each side, then dig up the 4 dirt blocks. We'll do a beehive each side like that, with chiseled bookshelves in the middle. Now come to the next section, we're just going to place spruce planks, and then for this section at the back of the building, we'll do our 2 spruce planks, 2 beehives, and 2 chiseled bookshelves. And now we're going to look at our mangrove from the other side, and we'll start at the front of the building. So just on top of this dirt, we'll do a spruce plank, then pick up those 3 dirt and also pick up these 3 logs. We'll do a beehive there and an extra 2, then look in this direction and fill in the rest with our beehive. So we're just making a little pattern in the floor. Then back to our dirt blocks, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of our spruce planks. Then in here we're going to pick up these 3 blocks. We'll do a beehive each side with a chiseled bookshelf in the middle. Then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 spruce planks. you can pick up these 3 blocks, and this time we're just going to do 3 stripped oak logs in between. Back to your spruce planks, we'll do 2 on top of the dirt. Dig up those 3 blocks and then place an extra spruce plank there and fill in the gap with stripped oak logs. Alrighty, now we're going to go to the other side of our stripped mangrove, and we're looking at these 2 areas where we have the 2 chiseled bookshelves with the beehives each side. So we've got one there and we've got another one right here. So what I build in this one, I want you to copy the exact same thing to the other one. So in between these logs, right at the top, we're just going to do a line of white concrete. Just below that, we'll do a line of our stripped dark oak, and then 2 white concrete on top of the spruce planks. Then looking in this direction, we'll do 2 birch trapdoors, flick them down, then come to the inside so you're standing on the mangrove, and place in 2 birch doors. So go ahead and build the exact same thing just over here. And once you've got both of those in, what we're going to do is on top of every single spruce plank, we're just going to place 4 white concrete until you've filled in the entire wall. And we're going to do the exact same thing on top of the spruce planks on this side. So when you're done, that wall will be completely filled in, but this wall is broken up. So we're going to place 4 doorways in here, and we're going to begin at the back of the building, so the opposite side from our front door over there. So looking in the same direction I am, right up the top here, we'll place 3 white concrete with another 3 below. Then with spruce shelves, we'll place 3 there, 3 there, 1 in the middle. Then come stand on your mangrove and place a spruce door right there. So that's the only one that's different. The next 3 doorways are exactly the same. So I'll build this one and copy it to the others. So we'll do our 3 white concrete with another 3. And then we're going to place 2 birch doors like that. Then come to the opposite side and do our 2 birch trapdoors. So do the same thing for each of these doorways. So when you're finished, we should have our 4 doorways in place. So now we're going to stay inside of our mangrove hallway, and we're going to begin at the front of the building. So our front door's there. This is the front. Break the 3 white concrete above the window, and we're going to place in 3 stripped oak logs. Then turn to the left and come along to where this first doorway is. What we're going to do is right here, we're going to place a spruce trapdoor with a lantern on top and a spruce shelf each side, so we can get rid of these torches now because we can actually see what we're doing. So now come to the next gap in the doorways right here. And I want you to turn and look in this direction, and we're going to place a spruce trapdoor just in between these 2 doors, so against the 3rd spruce plank. We'll do a lantern right there and our shelves each side, and we can get rid of these torches again. And then on the back window, we'll just break those 3 blocks and place in our stripped oak logs. So now our hallway is nice and lit up. Okay, now I want you to come down the hallway to where we have the spruce doorway, and we're going to come in here and look at this corner. So we're going to leave the first 2 trapdoors alone, but the second 2, we're going to break those, and we're going to break the blocks above. And then right here, we're going to place 5 stripped dark oak logs, and we will do the same thing right here. Then what you can do is break those 2, and we're going to do 2 stripped dark oak lying on their side. On this side, we're going to place 2 more. And on this side, we're going to place 3. Then you can come to the center here and we'll remove the concrete and the trapdoors and those 3 dirt blocks. Pick up the 3 dirt in the ground, and we're going to continue this floor. So place 3 stripped oak logs like that. Then grab spruce stairs, and we're going to place 3 of them wrapping around just like that. And then right in the corner, we'll break those 2 composters and those 2 and the 2 stone blocks. Now we're going to pick up that stone and the block below, We'll do the same right there, and then that stone and the block below. Now pick up your 3 sea lanterns, we'll replace them with 2 stone blocks and a stone brick. Then we'll place a spruce door there and another one right there, and you can open both of those up. And this is a little shooting area so we can attack invaders. Now just above our 2 spruce doors, you can see the bottom of 2 composters. We're going to pick up both of those, and we'll pick up those 4 stone blocks as well. Now you can see the end of that log in the ceiling. We're going to pick that up and replace it with a spruce wood. That's the one with bark on every single side. And then we're just going to cover up those 3 white concrete with 3 dark oak slabs. Okay, to the left of what we built, come to the end of this log and remove the white concrete there, and the one above and those blocks below, and replace all of those with dirt. And then in the floor, in line with that, we're going to replace all of those with dirt as well. Then we can place 5 spruce planks. Then we're going to do 2 layers of white concrete. Then I want you to place 1 on each end, 1 in the middle, and then we'll do 2 stripped dark oak logs, and then 5 concrete across the top. Okay, we're going to go to the other side of this wall, so come in through your birch doors. Now look at the birch doors just next to the first spruce plank right there. We're going to dig up that block, and then we're going to dig up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an extra one right there. So that's the placement of those. And you can fill in all of these with dirt blocks. Turn to the right, and in line with those 2 dirt blocks, we're going to pick up all of these and place 10 dirt blocks in the wall. Now on top of this dirt sticking out, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stripped dark oak. And on top of this dirt sticking out, we're going to do another 5. And then we'll do a crossbeam on the second log from the top. Now come to the opposite side. On top of the dirt in the floor, we'll place 5 of our spruce planks. And then we're just going to do 4 layers of white concrete on top. Okay, staying exactly where we are, I want you to look at the doorway on our right-hand side, and we're going to count the spruce planks. So 1, 2, 3. When you get to the third one, we're just going to do a line of blocks like that, and you can place dirt in there. Now on this side, we're going to pick up those 2, place in some dirt, and we'll do it right there as well. On the other side, we're going to pick up all 5. We'll place a sea lantern right there, and then dirt in the others. Now look at the side wall of our castle. Just in line with these 3 dirt, we're going to pick up those 3 trapdoors and all the concrete above. And we're just filling all of this in with our dirt blocks because it won't be visible. Now right in the middle, we're going to put a pillar of 5 dirt. And in line with that, on the opposite wall, we're going to do another pillar of 5 dirt, and then we'll just connect it with 3 dirt at the bottom. And then on top of these 3 dirt blocks, we're going to place 9 smooth sandstone. Then on the side where the sea lantern is, we're going to place a dirt in each corner. On top of each of those, we'll place 3 stripped oak logs. They will have a dirt block on top, and then 3 stripped oak to connect them. Then come to this side, and we're going to place levers on all 3 of those oak and turn all of them on. And staying on this side of the wall where our levers are, look down at that dirt block in the floor and place 1, 2, 3, 4 stripped birch logs this time, and they will have a dirt block on top. Next to that dirt, we'll do 2 oak planks. Then you can look down at this dirt block in the corner. We'll do a dirt on top, then 2 stripped birch, then 1, 2, 3 dirt blocks like that. Now up the top here, just underneath that dirt, we're going to do another stripped birch log. And then on top of this dirt, we'll do stripped birch again, but this is birch wood, so it's got the bark texture on every side. Then grab birch slabs. We'll place 1 right there, and then another one right there. Switch to birch stairs, and we'll place 2 upside down like so. Okay, we're going to leave this room and go to the opposite end of the castle. So come all the way over here where we've got these levers in the ground and come along to the 2 sea lanterns on the end. We're going to pick up that one, replace it with a dirt block, and just behind that pick up all of those blocks and place 5 dirt in there instead. And then we'll do a spruce plank on the bottom. Now we'll also pick up that one, we'll put a dirt block there, and then the 3rd concrete up, we'll pick it up and place a dirt block. Next to that, we'll pick up those 5, and we're going to place in 5 stripped dark oak logs. Then turn to your left, and next to that plank, we're going to do a line of spruce trapdoors, and then just go ahead and open all of those up. And now we're going to look at these trapdoors from this side. And starting on top of that plank, we're going to do a line of our white concrete. And on top of that, we'll do a second line. And then we're going to do a line of stripped dark oak logs all the way along with a line of white concrete on top. Now we're going to continue this line of dark oak. So just to the left here, we're going to break all of these white concrete in the wall. And then in this wall as well. Break all of those, finish right there, and then you can just go ahead and place in your dark oak all the way around, just like that. Okay, you can come back to this wall where we have the plank right on the end, and we want to look at that from the other side. So just come in through here. What we're going to do is, starting on top of this sea lantern on the left, we'll place 1, 2, 3, 4 stripped oak logs. Then we'll skip a block, do 2 beehives, and then 2 stripped oak logs. Then on top of this sea lantern, we'll place 5 stripped dark oak logs. And then right here, we're going to do a crossbeam of our dark oak, just like that. Then look over to the left, we're going to break that white concrete and put another stripped dark oak log. Okay, I want you to come along to our red carpet, just on the opposite end from our front door. So our front door's up there, we're down the other end. Just over to the left, we're going to put a doorway in right here. So you can see this crossbeam in the floor. Pick up that block, place a dirt with a spruce plank on top and 2 white concrete. Then just above that, we'll do stripped dark oak. And then on top, we'll do 4 white concrete. Grab your birch trapdoors. We're going to place 1 on each side and flick them down. Then looking from this direction, we'll place in 2 birch doors. And just to the right of these doors, in front of that spruce plank, we're going to dig up those 3 blocks, place in dirt blocks with 3 spruce planks on top, and they will have 2 layers of white concrete, and then 1, 2, 3 stripped dark oak logs, and another layer of white concrete. Now just next to this, we're going to grab some dirt blocks, place 3, then 2, and then 1 with a spruce plank on the end, and 1, 2, 3, 4 white concrete on top. And then we're just going to fill in the rest of that wall with white concrete like that. Now look back at your doors. Just against this trapdoor, hold shift, place another birch trapdoor and flick it down. Then put your back to that door and place another birch door right there so it looks like it can slide across. And if we step backwards a little bit, just above these sea lanterns and dirt, we're going to place 5 spruce trapdoors and flick all of them up. Then look at it from this direction. Just above our trapdoors, we'll do a layer of white concrete with a second layer on top. Then we're going to break those 6 blocks and place in dried kelp blocks. And then next to that, we'll break those 4 and place in 4 stripped dark oak logs. Okay, we're going to look at this wall from the other side. So come around to here. And what we're going to do is just in here, we're going to place a line of 5 dirt blocks and another 5 right there. And then we'll do another 5 with a single dirt there and a white concrete in front. Then the next level up, we'll do 2 dirt with 2 white concrete. And above that, we'll do 3 dirt with 3 white concrete. So that's how you should look when you're done. And we're going to build a staircase here. So on top of this dirt, we'll do a line of oak stairs. then a second line, a third, and a fourth. Now I'll put a torch down. It's about to get a little bit dark here. I want you to look at the top of the stairs from this direction, and against the white concrete and the dirt, we're going to place 2 oak stairs upside down. And then at this height right here, we're just going to fill in the rest of this gap with oak slabs, just like that. Then back to your stairs, we're going to do another line of them right there. And next to that stair, we'll do a white concrete with 3 more in front. And you can fill up this area with dirt blocks, like so. Okay, I want you to grab a temporary block, and we're going to place it right there, just on top of that dark oak pillar. And then we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stripped dark oak, and you can break your temporary block so that just goes above our staircase. And I might move that torch because it's going to be in the way. So come to the top of our stairs, we're going to do another level of stairs right there with a concrete on each side, and then you can just run these down until they connect to our dark oak. Then swing around to the left-hand side. Starting here with dirt, we're going to run dirt all the way along to there, turn the corner and place another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to look at our staircase from this direction, and I might move that torch again, it's in the way. So grab your dirt blocks, and we're going to place 1 right here and another one on that dirt block. And from those dirt, we're going to run 2 lines of stripped dark oak logs. And when you get to the concrete and dirt right here, just place 2 dirt blocks on the end. Now swing around to the right, and we're going to run this log all the way down. When you reach the corner, place a dirt. Turn the corner. When you reach the next dirt, place a dirt on top. Turn the corner again, and we're going to run these all the way along until we connect back where we started. And we're going to do that in this room as well. So starting next to the dirt, run this all the way to the end. On top of that dirt, we'll do a dirt, then turn to the right. Run these along, dirt block in the corner, and keep going until we connect right there. Okay, you can come back to the top of our staircase, and we're going to walk toward the front of the building, and not against this dirt block, but against the first stripped dark oak. We're going to put a dark oak on its side, and we're going to run these along. When you get to this pillar, you can place a dirt block on top, then continue with your stripped dark oak, another dirt block on that pillar, keep going until we reach the wall. Now when you get to here, I want you to place a dirt block on top of that dirt, and we're going to turn the corner and run in this direction, and we're going to run this all the way down until we reach a dirt block, which is right there. So place a dirt block there, another there, and another in the corner, and then you can just connect these with your stripped dark oak. From the corner, we're going to turn the corner again, and I just want you to place 4, and from here we're going to do all dirt blocks, so just run them along the top of the wall, and we're going to finish on top of those 3 dirt blocks right there. Then you can switch back to your stripped dark oak. We'll do a dirt block in the corner, keep going in this direction, another dirt block on that one, and finish right there. And we're going to keep placing dark oak on top of our walls. So staying where we are, I want you to look at this dirt block and place a stripped dark oak against it. And we're just going to run this down on top of our concrete until we connect right there. Then on top of this little side wall, we'll do the same thing. We're just going to place 5 stripped dark oak all the way along. The next one will be a little different. So on top of the concrete, we're going to do 2 dirt, then a sea lantern, and 2 dirt. Then we're going to place 1 dirt block right there with a spruce trapdoor against the bottom half of that block. Then hold shift and place 2 more trapdoors like that with a dirt block on the end. Then come along to the next wall. On top of the log with all the levers on it, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our stripped dark oak. Then above the levers, we'll do 5 dirt. Then we're going to go do 2 dirt, skip a block, and do another 2 dirt. And just on top of this oak plank, we'll place a lever, and you can switch it on. Okay, now we're going to go to the back wall of the castle. So the front door's up there. we're going to be building on this back section. So starting against the top of these pillars, we're going to place our stripped dark oak there and run them all the way along till they connect, and we're going to continue that all the way along here until we connect on that side. These concrete blocks won't be visible. You can replace them with dirt if you want. I'm just going to leave them there. I can't be bothered. Then on top of this log we just did, just do another line of stripped dark oak logs all the way along, just like that. And I'll place a few more torches because it's going to get dark again, and I want you to see what I'm actually building. So once you've done those lines on the back wall, you can come to the top of your staircase, and looking to the right, starting against this dark oak where the white concrete is, we're just going to run a line of our stripped dark oak all the way along until we connect right there. Then come back to your staircase, and just above this white concrete, we're going to start there and run our stripped dark oak all the way along until we connect at the front. Then back to your staircase again, come to the top and just walk along the top of this log. When you get to the spot where the pillar is, that's where we're going to do another cross beam. So just run it all the way to the front. And then you can see here, just above that pillar, we're going to do another cross beam just in that direction. So that's what it looks like from above. Just make sure you've done that correctly. And we're going to leave it here for today, guys. I told you this will take multiple videos to get the entire thing done. There is lots and lots to build. But gosh, when we're finished, it is going to be so worth it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.